too late.
What just happened?
Got it.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I got it.
That made a nice crunchy splat.
Oh, it's still twitching.
Dude, you killed Mike. I'm drinking decaf coffee today. I drank all my coffee. And Mike's no longer with us. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to press on because the news is the news and you guys are the guys on the internet and I'm the man here with the thing. So we got to do it. Starting off with Susan Wojcicki. You didn't see that coming, did you? It was mighty risky to start off with Susan Wojcicki. But she's saying that I guess YouTube and social media in general has a responsibility to the greater good. And then I read through the article here, and I don't know what she's talking about. So if you don't know who Susan Wojcicki is, she was around with Larry Page and Sergey Brin at the beginning of Google. All the way back then, they started Google in her garage. So she's been around for a long time. So I guess that's how she is now the CEO of YouTube. And they have... I don't understand. What can YouTube do to what is the responsibility of the greater good? There's like 1 billion people on there, and it's also the sort of, I guess, the epicenter of cancer on the internet right now is YouTube. So what are they going to do for greater good? This makes me think that she's thinking about the future in terms of how can we sort of structure this into some platform to make change. I don't know. It's really, they've got to figure out how to make money, number one. And number two, they've got YouTube TV coming out now, which is very curated. It's basically TV channels on... this is just a mention because I want to know from you guys what you think she means when she says that there's a responsibility for the greater good. And how can social media, Facebook, and everything else actually help for the... I don't know. Is that just marketing bullshit speak? Let's move on. Speaking of bullshit, let's talk about Prenda for a minute. This is probably going to be a couple of minutes on this. But Prenda, we've talked about them a while ago. These guys are hilarious, and I hope somebody makes a movie. So you get a couple of lawyers, I think they're from Florida or whatever, and they go online and they start finding people who are downloading porn illegally from, places like the Pirate Bay and stuff. They subpoena, get the IP address, and then they contact the people and they're like, hey, listen, you're going to give us a bunch of money, or we're going to sue you in court, and when we sue you in court, everybody's going to know that you're a porn addict. And of course, people are like, oh shit, and they pay up, a few $100 or $1,000, whatever it is, they pay them up, and they've got a racket going. Well, these guys decided, having the porn company as our client, we get to split the money with them. We don't get that much. They get a lot of the money. We get some of the money being their lawyers. What if people were infringing upon our porn movies? And then the other guy in the room, this is how it went, this is a dramatization, went, hey, you know what, Steve? That's actually interesting because now we're going to get to see boobies because we can start our own porn company. And they're like, well, don't do this publicly. We better make a bunch of weird shell companies. So they made a whole bunch of shell companies. And this is just catching everybody up. And they've got all these shell companies owning other shell companies, owning other companies in St. Kitts and Nevis. And then they start making porn. And then they start uploading it to the Pirate Bay. And then denying it when people are like, hey, are you guys uploading these movies? Like movies like Hot Teens, worst plot ever. Oh, I'm going to download that right now. And then they would start subpoenaing, getting those IP addresses and attacking these people to get more money. Well, guys, when you're half smart and you do shit like this and you think you're really clever, pretty soon somebody's going to find out. And even the guys behind the Pirate Bay showed up and were like, the IP address tied to the person who's uploading all these porn torrents is the same IP address that's tied to a GoDaddy account owned by the owners of Prenda Law. So all these things start to come together and they finally just pled guilty, and I can't wait to find out what happens to these guys. They're probably going to end up in prison. They thought they were so fucking clever, and I just think it's despicable that, these lawyers out there went and chased people, used, the systems that were out there, but they got what was coming to them. All right, guys, you ready to talk about more social media crap? Let's talk about Twitch and what they're doing. So first off, Twitch, they announced with Amazon they're going to be selling games directly through Twitch. That's a thing. Next up, the channel feed is also a thing. It's basically a feed of just your post, and it links up to your channel so that people can see what's going on Twitter. You can link it up to your Twitter and all that stuff. But they've decided, that's like a hidden decision, a decision. It was a diversion anyway, so don't even believe it. No. Anyway, so they've decided to take the next step and become more like Facebook or more like Twitter with a full-on redesign of the main page called Pulse. Now, Pulse is going to allow you to basically, all the people you follow, it's going to give you essentially a wall or a timeline of everything, and then you can you get on there and chat. You can link it up with the Twitter, post to social. You can also like share quick snippets of like, holy crap, this is the last second of the game or whatever. You could just grab quick snippets from the Twitch broadcast and throw it up there on the wall. So I want to know what everyone out there thinks about this. Do you like the fact that that Twitch is becoming this new platform that's going to be like Steam, that's going to be like Facebook, that's going to be like Twitch used to be, and just everything all together to maximize the social outreach potential? Is that something you guys like, or do you wish it would just stay as it was? Because right now there's maybe some new discoverability elements, but if it becomes too much like Facebook and Twitter, is it going to make it a bit like, this is getting a bit corporate here? Let me know what you guys think. All right, big news of the week. Vault 7. Here it is. This is pretty crazy. Give me 2 minutes on this one. So WikiLeaks dropped a pretty big bomb, or somebody dropped a pretty big bomb, and WikiLeaks threw it online. It's probably bigger than the Snowden revelations. So we're going to go through it. Proton Mail, a very cool mail service, encrypted mail service over in Europe. I believe they're in Switzerland, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, which I know you guys will do. They put together a very nice list of all of the implications and all the different things. So let's just scroll down here. What do we find out about, this service? Well, Vault 7 is basically the CIA's hacking arsenal. All their malware, all the ways that they can hack into different things, and they have all these different programs. First up, let's check out Weeping Angel. This one's fun. So Weeping Angel allows them to turn on the microphones in your smart devices, like your smart television sets. Now, that's what it is right now, but let's just imagine further in the future when you have smart everything. You're talking to Google Home, you're talking to your damn refrigerator, you're talking to your washer and dryer, and it's talking back to you being like, I would like more of that delicious, bubbly stuff that you've been ordering. Can I order it for you? And then someone else is making money in the background. Anyway, it's just a hacking tool that allows them to turn on those microphones even if those devices are off and listen to you. That's Weeping Angel. 0 Day is mostly for industrial espionage. That's kind of interesting that the CIA has anything to do with that. There's another thing that's interesting in all these leaks, and these leaks there's numerous, there's thousands of pages to go through. One of the other interesting things about this is they have techniques, in this leak stuff, techniques to frame other governments. So they can go and dig through all this other stuff, but they can maybe sign the malware with the signature that makes it look like it's coming from a different country. So even though they're doing it, it's signed by another country, thus throwing that country under the bus and making them look innocent when they're the ones doing this. Last but not least, their intelligence operation in Europe is stationed in Frankfurt, Germany. So I'm going to be like, Germany, what the hell's up? You guys are probably working together, because I don't think you'd be letting them sit there in Frankfurt, Germany, just surveilling everybody without cooperating with you guys. So Germany, come on. What's going on? You guys are supposed to be cooler than this, right? All right, moving right along. Speaking of things that are cool, if you're a Bitcoin fan, well, you maybe want to be moving to New Hampshire. A couple of years ago, New Hampshire became sort of like the blacklist when it comes to Bitcoins, because the bill here was HB 666, and that basically made it extremely difficult to work with Bitcoin in New Hampshire. And New Hampshire has the highest, I guess, Bitcoin enthusiast population per capita of anywhere in the country, so they all started screaming and yelling, and they essentially reversed all those rules, and now there is a really historic and interesting Bitcoin protection bill, and then at the same time they also decriminalized cannabis, but for many different things. But if you're into Bitcoin, move to New Hampshire. I don't know, maybe start pressuring your local governments or your state governments to start looking at what they did in New Hampshire. It's the opposite of what they did in New York. So anyway,
can I buy pot with the Bitcoin?
You could probably now buy pot with Bitcoin, but it's got to be for like a medical reason. It's not recreational yet in New Hampshire. Yeah, they haven't gone that far. Maybe Vermont will be there first, because Vermont's always got to maintain that status of, are we making New Hampshire nervous? Then we're not doing something right if we're not. So they got to keep making New Hampshire nervous. Oh, this is a quick mention. Google says that they fixed most of the exploits that could allow the CIA to hack whatever their stuff. And funny thing about that is, okay, so Google says they've fixed all the exploits on the Android devices. But if you're actually going to get an update that actually has any of those fixes in it, that's the big question here. I bet about 5% of you out there are actually going to get an update from your stupid carrier or your stupid device manufacturer that has all these things. So Google doesn't have a unified platform just yet. So whenever they roll them out is whenever they roll them out. All right, it's time to talk about some games. First, I'm kind of curious as to what Justin's playing, so let's go over and check out what he's playing right now. All right, so what are you playing here?
I'm playing Desync, and it's loading up at the moment here. I just started this. It came out last week or so. It came out on like the 28th or something like that. But you can see it kind of harkens back to a simpler time. So each level will throw different waves of bad guys at you, and you have to survive while trying to complete the most stylish kills possible.
Little dash maneuver you got there?
Yep, and you can dash all around. So there are things like these spikes here, and you'll see these guys.
Try to knock them into it?
You can, but otherwise it's just trying to survive while trying to make the most stylish kills on things. And there's a scoreboard to see who's doing the best, and... Oh, you son of a bitch. So as you can see, I'm still trying to learn all my controls for it, because it's these fuckers. These goddamn Vikings.
That guy's fast. Better dash away from that guy.
Nope, he's too busy dying. Come here, buddy. Whoa. Wow.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Cool.
Recommend it?
I would recommend it. It's pretty fun. Definitely a nice little challenge. And the more creative you can be with your kills, the more it rewards you for it, which is pretty neat.
More gaming news here. A lot of people are playing Zelda. A lot of people do not want to buy a Switch for a good reason, because check out this video. Every day there's new videos of people coming out complaining about the Switch, the hardware, the firmware, the software, just everything about it. It's getting stuck. The people are scratching your units. The interior is overheating. Just weird noises are coming out of it. Just
Not recognizing game.
not recognizing. Yeah, exactly. Not recognizing the game cards when you put them in there. So the Switch has had a less than smooth launch, but The Legend of Zelda has had probably the highest. I think it broke Metacritic. It's got now the highest number of perfect scores ever. And people really want to play it. It's not quite, you can't quite emulate it yet with Cemu, even though you can play it with the latest version of the Cemu emulator, just very slowly. And only the Wii U version, not the Switch version, which the Wii U version on PC looks a lot better than the Switch version does, just to let you know. People who really need to play a Zelda-like game, you guys can check out the Cloud Catcher Chronicles. It doesn't quite have the animation, the fluid animations, and the characters may look a little weird for some, but it is cartoony and does have a big world and some similar gameplay mechanics, and that'll be out for PS4 and PC. So if you have to have Zelda, go and check out that game that's going to be coming out sometime soon. I believe it's in July or something. Yep, out on July 18th. So anyway, that's that, and that's today's show, except for the inbox questions. All right, first question is from Unheimlich. Is that the way you say that, or did I get back in there?
I thought it said Uncle Heimlich first when I first read it, so...
Oh, it's Unheimlich! What are your top 3 countries you want to visit that you have not been to yet? And, okay, and if you don't require this question, I will tie you down and put a toothpick under your toenail, and I'll have you facing a wall, and I'll test your leg reflexes where your leg will hopefully jerk forward. Ow, that'll hurt my little kneecap. Side note, loving the videos that are coming out. That's mean. That's just mean-spirited. But I'm going to answer your question, so we won't have to do that. And we won't have to have a little fight, Unheimlich. Top 3 countries that I haven't been to that I would like to go to. Let's see here. Norway, all the way at the top. What's after that? Mostly because I want to check out just the fjords and the mountains and the culture. I've been to the Netherlands, but only the airport, so I would like to go further explore some of those cultures, and Denmark's up there too. So those 3 countries are way up there on the list. But let's do one country that's not in that part of the world. We'll do Norway, Denmark, and then we'll do, oh hell, let's do Myanmar. Because I really want to go try some of the cuisine there. You know, who knows? See what it's like. I hear they eat bugs in them countries. I ain't gonna eat no fucking bugs. Gotta get out there and explore some of that stuff. Get some culture in you. Next one is from Caveman the One. Random question. What do you think of the old Keck 1 and Keck 2 videos? Somebody needs a job. Entirely unserious question. Have you or will you ever eat a baby? Why is this in my stack? And carry out the various ridiculous threats. Yes, everything I do is serious. And if you don't believe me, I'll come to your house and tie a rope around your nose. Yes. More questions. Are you doing any more crazy build type videos like the passive Xeon? Was rather interesting. Yes. Okay, next question is from Hutch.
Oh, he comes crawling back with some questions all of a sudden. I see how it is.
Can I have my job back? That's what he says. I'm really bored here at the house. No, joking. He didn't say that. Now that you had your hands on the 1080 Ti, do you think you'll be putting one in your rig at home, or as a 1080 owner, the improvements in performance not enough to justify a new purchase? All right, so am I going to put a 1080 Ti in my home? Right now is a time where I'm not really feeling like I need the extra FPS. Even in games at 4K, I'm playing at 60 FPS in almost every game with my 1080 that's overclocked at home and here. So I'll put that in there just if I feel like I need a little bit more horsepower in Skyrim. So if I go back to Skyrim, yes, I will, because the 1080 still chugs along, not quite at 30 FPS at 4K with all the ridiculous mods I'm throwing at it. The extra texture memory could be nice, so that's the only way. I'm going to wait on Vega also to see what that is like. Justin, how's Stake Your Claim? Any new joints worth checking out? I miss the curly fries at the moment. So, yeah. How is Stake Your Claim? You haven't been there in a while, right?
No, I haven't been there in a while. So Stake Your Claim is one of the many food carts here in Portland. It's down at 10th and Alder. They're pretty good. It's done by two guys that are from Philadelphia proper.
Cheesesteak.
So they make cheesesteaks the way they were meant to be, the way Philly said so.
With cheese and steak?
Yeah.
Do they use Cheese Whiz?
Yeah, they use the Cheese Whiz, and then they do the onions and stuff with it and everything too. So it's really good, but it's a little pricey to have all the time. But the other one that we've been going to a lot lately is the Dump Truck, which is the one that does all these artisanal dumplings.
Meaning like double cheeseburger dumplings that are like...
That seems artisanal to me.
Yeah. Cheeseburger dumplings, guys. They taste like what they sound like.
They're super good.
And they come default animal style.
Yeah. But they always do like weird, like Thanksgiving dumplings that they did around November and stuff like that. So they always got something. But I like to go to that place too a lot because it's a little bit cheaper and the dumplings are delicious.
Oh, that's so Portland.
Look at you guys. That's your big problem right there is that you're in Portland. Where's your scarf and trilby, hipsters? Oh, you guys like food carts? It's so pretentious.
Well then. How do you feel about those audience members who have never left their hometown? Poor guys. They still think Olive Garden's fancy.
Yeah.
Fuck you. All right, that's the end of the show.
What are you talking about? We've got one of those restaurants that's a Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell all put together. A Kentucky Hut.
There's a Kentucky Hut around here?
No.
Oh.
Because we're not, civilized fucks.
Sorry, guys. We didn't mean to throw you. Yes, we did. We're throwing that one guy under whoever said that comment about.
It's like, I work at Kentucky Hut, all three of them, and I'm really upset about this. Actually, when you work at Kentucky Hut, do they sometimes like, today you're at Kentucky Fried Chicken, tomorrow you're at Taco Bell? Or do you think you just stay?
I don't know.
Are you Kentucky Fried Chicken man all the way through?
No, you're not. You're not any of those things. You are a Yum employee. They're owned by the Yum Corporation out of Louisville.
Oh, Louisville.
Yeah. Louisville, yep.
Not Louisville.
Yep.
Louisville.
Yeah, you better go to Louisville, son.
All right,
that's enough of this nonsense.
I guess I'll go there. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Feel really bad about Mike still. Oh, fuck, Mike. I'm
pretty
sorry.
Small to be Mike.
My shoe. I need to be reimbursed for this one shoe, please.
Hazard pay? You want hazard pay?
Hazard pay for this one shoe.
Oh, he stopped squirming.
Hit it again. That thing can survive the apocalypse. It can survive your shoe.
It's dead.
Dude, Mike is dead.
Should I blow some vape on it?
We get it, you vape.
Joe, does this approach even party? Should I blow some vape on it?